Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, Dr. Yukon Suckett. I'm coming to you from my secret underground headquarters, located someplace that is secret, so don't be asking questions. So today I am bringing to you a deck called MG Tokens. MG stands for Mono Green meaning just green. Tokens, because there's supposedly going to be a lot of tokens involved here. I was over at, let's see, where was I at? I was over at mtgmeta.io, and I read across that particular description, and I thought, that sounds interesting. I can't say I've seen that before. So I pulled up the deck and thought, let's try this out. So this is the deck. This is what was represented, and let's take a look at it and what it's made out of. So at the low end, we have Blizzard Brawl, because every good mono green deck has Blizzard Brawl in it, because Blizzard Brawl is space awesome. It is a sorcery, which is the only big bad thing about it. It'd be great if it was an instant. Probably busted if it was an instant. And it says you choose a target creature you control and a target creature you do not control. If you control 3 or more snow permanents, which is why you got snow-covered lands, the creature you control gets +1 and indestructible until the end of the turn. And those creatures then fight each other. So that means they each deal their damage to each other. And that indestructible means your dude is going to be fine. So there's Blizzard Brawl. Then next comes the next great mono green card, Snakeskin Veil. You put a +1 counter on target creature you control, and it gains hexproof until the end of the turn. And every once in a while, you kind of want this to also have indestructible, but I think that's the Tamiyo card, because it does, I think, hexproof and indestructible, but doesn't give you the +1 counter. You just got to pick what you're going for there. We got Snarling Wolf, which is a 1/1 for 1, but you have the ability to activate it at 1 time for 2 mana to make it into a 3/3. So not bad, little pumper. We got Dragonsguard Elite. See, that was the first card I ran across where I thought usually decks are made around her. You know, you're doing something because of all that magecraft right there. But this one says that whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery spell, or you copy either of those things, you put a +1/+1 counter on Dragonsguard Elite. And then for, 6 mana, you double the number of counters on Dragonsguard Elite. So she's a great card. It's just that usually you're playing a lot more, instants and sorceries while you got something like that around. So, we'll see. This is, mono green tokens, not aggro. So while there's a bunch of creatures involved, I bet you we're going to see, a lot more spells and instants that create creatures, aka tokens, which is going to pump up our Dragonsguard Elite. So we got Might of Murasa, which I don't think I've ever seen this card before. It looks like it's been around since, I don't know where that land set was. It's a kicker, which means for the first part, we got target creature gets +3/+3 until the end of turn. And if you pay, 5? That creature gets +5/+5 until the end of turn instead. So it's either got +3 or +5, depending upon what you can kick into this monkey. And we got Prosperous Innkeeper. So yeah, that's that green little demon. You put him out, and at first you get a treasure token, and every creature you put out, you gain 1 life. So if you can put out multiple tokens, then you'll gain a lot of life potentially off of having this guy out there. We got the Scurrid Colony. I'd never seen this card before. I think that's from Strixhaven, and it's got reach. It's a 2/2, and as long as you have 8 or more lands, it gets +2/+2, which means as soon as you get enough lands, this thing becomes a 4/4. So that grows on its own. So one of the things that's nice about this deck is between the Scurrid Colony and the Snarling Wolf, if you got the mana, then these cards that cost you 1 and 2 are hitting for much higher. You can put them out early and then go to town later on. I just noticed that squirrel's holding something weird in his hand. Looks like a chicken head or something. That's pretty grisly. All right, so we got Field Trip here. And what is it? You search your library for a basic forest card, put it into your battlefield tapped, shuffle your deck, and you get to learn. Over on Learn, we pull up our sideboard. We got 3 Containment Breaches, which destroys target artifact or enchantment. And if its mana value is 2 or less, you create a 1/1 black and green pest token that will get you 1 life when it dies. So there's a couple of those tokens we're talking about. We also got Pest Summoning, which will get you Pest tokens. And we got Fractal Summoning, which will get you Fractal tokens. And apparently it gets +1 counters based on the amount of X that you pump into it. So token, 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 tokens. And if the deck shows up as being partially black or partially blue, it's just because of these cards, which are black or blue or green. And we're using them for the green abilities. So it's still mono green. Let's see, we got Oran-Rief Ooze, which is 2/2. And when it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. Whenever this ooze attacks, you put a +1 counter on each attacking creature with a +1 counter on it. I always wondered if there was a reason not to put the counter on the ooze itself, because then whenever it attacks, it doesn't gain from its own abilities. That always seems crazy to me. So anyways, I always recommend you put the counter on itself, just so it has the ability to continue to grow as it attacks. Scute Swarm. Man, I love me a good Scute Swarm, but everybody else knows you got to kill these things fast. So if you're lucky enough to get it out and people don't just immediately kill it, good for you, because a good Scute Swarm bomb is fantastic. Anyway, so it's a 1/1 and it's got landfall, and so anytime a land comes into play, you create a 1/1 green insect token. But if you have 6 or more lands, then it creates a copy of Scute Swarm. And so that means that then you have 2 cards that will create more Scute Swarm tokens every time a new land comes out. And of course, if you have a Prosperous Innkeeper, that's just life. That's just life pouring into you. We got the Spore Crawler. So when this thing dies, you draw a card. I guess I can see why we never really played this particular card. It's a little lame, but on the other hand, we're going to get a card out of it. That's some card draw. We got Esika's Chariot. So Esika's Chariot comes out with two 2/2 green cat tokens, and then whenever you can then tap it to do the crew for 4, and when it attacks, you can copy any target token that you have at that point. So far, those 2/2s are pretty much going to be the best thing you got out there, other than potentially the Fractal Summoning. Everything else is on the low end side, like 1/1s. Yeah, low end stuff. Yeah, even the Scutes aren't that great. I mean, of course, you copy a Scute clone, then that'd be great, because that'd be even more people dropping down when you got a landfall. But anyway, so he's the copy machine. Yeah, that's right. We should call him Xerox. That's what we should call him. All right, now here is a decidedly untokeny creature, the Ulvenwald Oddity. He's got Trample and Haste as a 4/4. It costs 4. That's great as is. If you happen to have 7, you can transform him into, super icky belly Ulvenwald Behemoth, who's an 8/8 Trample Haste, and other creatures you control get +1/+1 and Trample and Haste as well. So, and if you can pump that guy at 7, the rest of your creatures are going to love that situation. We got the Blossom Prancer. We don't see this guy very often. And yeah, he's a beautiful, beautiful spirit. Let's see, he costs 5 to put out. He's a 4/4 with reach. He's going to grab people with his bespeckled horns there. When Blossom Prancer enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or enchantment card from amongst them and put them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. If you didn't put a card into your hand, this way you gain 5 life. So you're getting something out of it, or 4 life. You're getting life, or you're getting a creature or enchantment card. So that's a thing. See, do we really have any enchantments in here? I can't say that I've seen any so far. So yeah, if you're getting a creature in this deck, you're getting a creature. We have Wrenn and Seven. This guy pumps out Treefolk tokens, which is the perfect combo with Esika's Chariot, aka the Xerox, because you want to copy them. And then while he's trying to recover, he's just grabbing lands out of your library. And then for 0 later on, you can put any number of lands out of your hand onto the battlefield tapped, which just pump up those Treefolks. So provided you're not going up against control decks, you're going to be filled with loads of tokens and awesome tree folk that are beefy. Now here's it. We've got one guy here who is a Cragplate Baloth, which is a big old beast at 6/6, and he cannot be countered, and he's hexproof, and he has haste, which is great. He costs 7, and there you go. But if you happen to kick him for 10, then he enters a 4+1/+1 counters on it, meaning that he would then be a 10/10 with hexproof and haste. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have trample. Trample would be really nice for him, but we don't think we have any trample in this thing. The only thing that will help him trample would be a beefed up Ulvenwald Behemoth. So, you know, if you got 10, you got this guy out, you get this one out easily, pay the 7, transform him. There you go. You got everything you want. Other than that, we've got 23 snow-covered lands to round off this deck. It's weird, right? I haven't really seen this in play. I don't know where it came from. But somebody put this together, and we're going to check out and see how well it does. All right, we're playing against two characters that are exactly the same, and something else. And we got 2 mana. And we can almost play our whole hand, so let's just go for it. Keep. Yeah, I wonder what that means. All right, so we're going to start off with Prosperous Innkeeper. That's our 3rd mana. What do we want with the next one after that? All right, so we're playing white and black. Let's put out the Spore Crawler. Auto pay. I'm going to try to trick him into allowing me to kill that Luminarch there. So I'm totally willing to sacrifice the Spore Crawler to it. Instant, yep, that's my deal. That's my bag, baby. And now I'm stuck. Next to combat. All right, I'm going to play some tricks on him this way here. He's going to think that I'm open. I'll be able to use the Might of Murasa. Ooh, who am I going to kill here? I'm going after the Luminarch. That's the one I need to worry about. Ramp. I'm willing to take that 4. Nope, where are we getting back here? Alright, we got our 3rd again. I think we're going for a Scute Swarm. I'm going to try the Scute. No attacks. We'll keep them together. Get our card. What? Not a land. Alright, so I'll play a land. Get ourselves an insect. We'll play this. Go find ourselves another land. Put that into play. And what are we going to get back? Let's create 2 is what we'll do. And no. Now we're done. What am I looking at over here? 4, 5. Need one more to really get that Scute going nicely. Mickey, this guy's got reach. Yep, that does. We'll be losing some tokens, though, is the problem. Another hit like that and we're dead. Alright, Blizzard Brawl, but I got nothing strong enough to kill those guys. So we're going to have to do some defense, and that defense is called Wrenn and Seven. No attacks. Yeah, we're not doing much good against the Flyers right now. And the Blossom Prancer would help out. What is he, a 4/4? Alright, I'm willing to accept that. That's a nice reprieve. Come on, be stupid. There we go. Yeah, no blocks. Yeah, if I can pound... Oh, I could do it. Blizzard Brawl could kill that guy. Problem is then the Fang Blade there is going to be too powerful with the other dude. Still no mana. Alright, let's just go to town, though. +1. Okay, I only got 4 left, so that's not going to score me a Blossom Prancer. That's not cool. Yeah, we're toast at this point. Oh, let's see, what else can we play? Here we go. There's Esika's Chariot. More life. And we are done. So yeah, we're taking at least, what, 12 points off of this? It's got first strike. Pass the blockers. Suck it, Dungeon Adventurer. Oh, the humanity. And we're playing against CurseTreePollen. CurseTreePollen. 3 mana. Let's take it. I have no tokens we're putting out, but except for those cats when we finally get up there. No goldfish. One mana. Alright, they're getting rid of artifacts or enchantments. See you later, Esika's Chariot. Menace. And little Golgari action. Nope. Yeah. Alright, here's a little beef. No attacks. I'm mostly worried about the Ninja Turtle. I'd like to keep Esika's Chariot alive, let's put it that way. Yep. Now, if he wanted to be mean, he would blow my treasure right now, because what else is he going to do? Was that another turtle? Well, okay, I'm getting all the mana I was supposed to get last turn. Getting it now. Let's see. So to be able to play the Might of Murasa, I need 2, which means I can play this guy and pretend to be weak and infirm. Next. Come in and take my opponent damage. And limp back. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, CurseTreePollen. Ooh, he is recycling his stupid turtles. I'm never going to be able to play the Chariot. What did you grab there? Just a land? Alright. Beefy squirrel. Alright, so I've only got 5, which means I play Esika's Chariot. I can't play any tricks associated with the other guy. Oh, I got 6. We're good to go. And we're done. Some people just need validation. Sorry, Bilbo, but it's your time to go. Yeah, I got the mana. I got 6. I got 7. We're good to go. There we go. Trample in haste. Alright, got everything we need. Traps have been laid. Double up on Esika's Chariot. That's what you got to do. Ooh, we're going off the Ulvenwald. I'll be able to kill all of them, so it doesn't really matter. Done. That's tricksy green moves right there. Wow, apparently I'm not blocking anything. Yeah, he's going to go for it. Well, guess who's going to have 7 mana on my next turn, though? He's got a 6/5. That's pretty nasty. Activate ability. Alright, we're looking pretty fly. What do we got here? +1, so I can make him into a 5. Is that really going to help us out? Yeah, because it'll kill his dude. Yeah, I got trample. Ooh, apparently you had Death Touch. Is it really? Death Touch counter. Jeez Louise. I thought that was oh, he does it himself. He's got Death Touch, and then you discard it to get rid of to do disenchants. That is a nasty card. Yeah, no blocks. Oh, I died? How was I so low? Playing against Merlyn here. Okay, here we go. Boy, that last game, I just was not paying attention to my life total. I thought I was rocking it. We're going to keep what we got. Yeah, I think I could have just blocked what he had there. Yeah, the problem with Scute Swarm is I could get him out on the next turn, but then I don't have any mana left at that point. I guess I could pop him with the single I got there, but is there really a point? Yeah, and you just nuke it with the Ghast. All right, I got 4. Let's Esika's Chariot this thing. Not cool, man. Someone's playing control. So if I go at him now, then that Ghast is just going to hold us back. So no attacks, because he just slaughter every... you go after the Scute Swarm at this point. I'm not blocking crap, man. And the hook. Alright, there's 5 mana. Let's go see what we can pick up from the top 5 now. Ulvenwald. Alright, there's 8. I got 6 mana. This is number 7. Which, if I can... Nah, he's dead. Yeah, suck it, Gast. Thin out my deck. What are we gonna take? I got lots of mana. You're being beat up by a deer with pretty pink antlers. Alright, Merlyn, pull it together. A lot like that. Alright, so I could put out a 5/5 at this point. Let's see. Let's hope that they start to slag out on their top decking. And it looks like we are. Going in, Fractal. And there we go. That sucks. Alright, now we gotta land. We gotta land. And nothing to do with it. I could definitely make something really strong for a second, though. And another land. Here we go. Trample! What is this going to cost me? Too much? We'll just go for the 3. Alright. Just hold it together, man. Don't do anything for one more turn. I gotta Leroy Jenkins this. Come on, feed my fish for luck. You can do it, Merlyn. Just pass the turn. No! Alright, I'm gonna have to hobbit you to death at this point. Oh, sweet! Googly effin' moogly. No tax. Ooh, I would have liked at least one of those cards. All right, let's pump them up. And what do we got here? Hexproof and a +1 counter. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not good odds. I'm just gonna chill. Esika's Chariot would be really nice right now. Come on, mono green tokens. Where's all those tokens you promised me? This ain't cool. All right, well, I could doubly protect my dude. Let's go ahead and flood our graveyard again. 12. So he's got like, what is it, 7 points he can get across. I can kill the Maniform Hellkite. If he can cast another spell, he'd have another one, which would be enough to kill me. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing for me to snakeskin at this point. Yeah, that's not cool. And finally we get back to Invoke Despair. And I am despairing, all right. All right, so this is mono green tokens, and as you can see, in the 3 games we just played, it did not, well, let's put it this way. It did well. I mean, it fought, it had a good time, and it beat some people down. The thing is it did not win the game. Now, I played this deck a few times before recording it, and actually I did much better in the first few times I played this. Let's see, out of the 7 matches I played with it, I've won 3, and you just watched 3 of them, so it means I played 4 ahead of time and won 3 out of 4 times with it. So yeah, I thought this deck was going to do a lot better being recorded. It did not. In fact, but that last deck, that black-red one, that one really interested me. I liked what was going on there. So yeah, here's my problem. I think that this deck suffers under control. You get picked off, your dudes get picked off, you can't do anything about it. It's not fast enough. It's not, an aggro deck. So therefore you can't go in there and just rip people apart way too quick. This thing's got some, it's got some staying power that takes a little while to build up. Unfortunately, yeah, that control decks just rip it apart. So did we learn anything? I mean, the deal is that even more so, I love Ulvenwald Oddity. For some reason, this deck seemed to produce enough mana to actually trigger his super ability. So provided you keep him out for 2 turns, you'd be able to get a couple of major hits in with him. Plus with the ability that he gives to give everybody else trample and haste, that's so fantastic. When you're playing counter decks, Esika Chariot, aka the Xerox, is your best friend. And we had a lot of counters. These have felt that way. Wrenn and Seven puts out great counters. Unfortunately, against the control deck, they just blow them away. And then you don't get a chance to control anything or to copy anything. The Blossom Prancer, he was really probably one of my MVPs. The fact that I had a 4/4, it had reach, that really helped a lot. Plus, he was able to to go into my library and give me some answers, which ended up being the Ulvenwald Oddity in this case. So, and he put it right into the, is that what he did? He put it in my hand? Yeah, he put it into my hand. I thought he went to the battlefield tapped or something, but no, I was able to cast it because I had so much mana going on at the time we got to the end. If you saw me using the Might of Murasa, I mean, I like the fact that it only costs 2 to pump by 3, and then if we just happen to have, whatever it is, 5, we could have gone for the full 5/5. I didn't need it. The 3 was plenty more times than not. Who else was good here? That was it. I mean, this guy was interesting. I kind of like the fact that when he died, you got a card. At least it was something. And it's 3/2 for 3 out of 3. You know, you could usually do better with green by having a full 3/3 at that point. But with that card draw, you sacrifice that extra piece of defense. That's okay. I was pretty much using him to kill whatever was out there. He's pretty much a creature murder spell. Put him together with Might of Murasa or Blizzard Brawl or Snakeskin. You could do a lot of good there, and it wasn't so bad. So yeah, it wasn't the best version of a mono green deck, but we did learn some interesting things. And like I said, this guy really surprised me. I was kind of embarrassed he was in here. He's a little too frilly. But I actually quite liked him, and I think he was probably worth keeping around. So anyways, what I call this deck, I'm going to give this one I'm going to give it a B. I think it does a pretty good job. I think you got a 50% chance of winning your games generally, and it's just not super competitive. That's why I'm not putting it into the A category. It doesn't have a great theme to it. So I'm just going to give it a solid B. It was a good effort. I think it's a if you're looking to play something and get some tokens out and learn about that, this is a good deck to mess around with. So anyways, if you end up playing with this deck, I hope you have a good time with this deck as I do. In the words of the Daily Dose of Internet, that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Later.